Let's be honest, you keep asking why your manifestations aren't landing, why you're doing everything right, the affirmations, the vision boards, the meditation, the scripting, and yet nothing really changes. You feel stuck in patterns that look different on the surface, but feel painfully familiar at the core. You attract relationships that echo old wounds. You chase goals that never feel safe to receive. You sabotage the very things you've been calling in. And here's a truth that most people don't want to face. It's not that the universe isn't responding to you. It's that your inner child is still in charge of the signal. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. Because somewhere inside of you, still frozen in time, is a younger version of yourself. Still waiting for safety. Still trying to earn love. Still terrified of being seen, of failing, of getting it wrong. And whether you realize it or not, that version of you is showing up in your energy every day. They're the one trying to manifest the dream relationship, while still believing they're not worthy of consistency. They're the one trying to call in financial abundance, while still carrying the fear that having money means being unsafe, abandoned, or judged. They're trying to visualize a future, while still trapped in the emotional reality of the past. This is why your nervous system tenses when things finally start going right. Why you get that sinking feeling when someone says, "I love you." Why you find yourself self-sabotaging right when life starts to get good. It's not because you're broken. It's because the inner child in you doesn't feel safe holding what the adult you is trying to receive. So the question becomes, what story is your inner child still living in? Because manifestation doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And what you are, beneath the affirmations and intentions, is often shaped by the earliest experiences you haven't yet healed. Did love feel inconsistent? Then you might chase people who keep you guessing. Did safety come at the cost of self-expression? Then you might play small to avoid rocking the boat. Did you learn to earn validation by being good, helpful, or quiet? Then you might still struggle to take up space, even when space is exactly what your dreams require. Here's the truth no one talks about. You don't attract what you say you want. You attract what your inner child believes is safe. And until you update that belief, you will keep manifesting more of the same. So how do you shift it? Not with louder affirmations, not with forcing positivity, but by doing the inner work that helps your nervous system feel safe with change. By reparenting the part of you that still flinches when things get too good. By making small consistent choices that prove to your inner child, "I see you. You're safe now. We're allowed to receive." Start here. Every time you feel triggered, ask, what age am I right now? Is this the voice of your present self? Or the 7-year-old who was scared to ask for what they needed? Is this fear coming from your adult reality? Or the 10-year-old who learned that love only came after performing or pleasing? Because awareness is everything. And healing begins when you stop reacting from your past and start responding from your power. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world taught you to shrink. It's about allowing your future to be shaped by love, not fear. By truth, not trauma. By expansion, not survival. So today, instead of asking, "How can I manifest more?" ask, "What version of me is doing the manifesting?" Because when your inner child is still in control, you'll keep attracting what's familiar, not what's aligned. But when you begin to lead from your healed self, when you create safety in your body, peace in your mind, and truth in your choices, everything shifts. And the most beautiful part, you don't have to do it all at once. You just have to begin, one breath at a time, one choice at a time, one pattern at a time. And slowly, you'll watch your life transform. Not because you forced it, but because you finally stopped resisting what you've always been worthy of. Your power doesn't lie in chasing the future. It lies in healing the past. So your present can finally feel like home. And here's something you need to hear. It's not too late. It's still time. it's still worth it. The wounds you carry don't have to shape the rest of your life. You don't have to keep letting that hurt, scared version of you make the choices. You don't have to keep writing your story from a place of pain. Because the future, it's still unwritten. And the most powerful truth is, you get to decide how the next chapter goes. Not your past, not your triggers, not the voices that once told you who to be, how to act, or what you were worth. You get to choose. So let's stop living a life based on someone else's idea of who we're supposed to be, and start living a life that feels like us. One that's honest, one that's whole, one that's healed. And as for the people who may have hurt you along the way, that parent, that teacher, that partner, they weren't perfect, they were wounded too, acting from their own pain, their own survival, their own unhealed stories. That doesn't excuse the harm, but it helps you understand it. Because once you see that they were just repeating patterns, you realize you don't have to. You can be the one who breaks the cycle, who sees the wound and chooses not to pass it on, who feels the pain and chooses to alchemize it into power, who carries the scar but no longer lets it define the story. You have that strength, you have that choice. And right now, this very moment, you're standing at the edge of a new timeline. One where you're no longer driven by your wounds, but guided by your wisdom. One where you become the version of you that your younger self needed. Not just for them, but for everyone who comes after. Because healing isn't selfish, it's revolutionary. And the ripple starts with you. So if no one's told you this yet, you can break the cycle. You can be the first in your lineage, your story, your timeline, to say, it ends with me. The fear, the scarcity, the self-doubt, the silence, the pretending. You don't have to carry it forward. You don't have to keep replaying a life that never truly felt like yours. You get to pause, you get to breathe, you get to rewrite. Not just for the version of you that survived, but for the version of you that's ready to thrive. The future isn't a continuation of your past, it's a blank canvas. And the pen, it's in your hands now. No matter who tried to script your story before, you have the power to shift the ending. So let this be the moment you stop looking back and start looking in. Let this be where you step into your own authorship, where you decide that your healing matters, your truth matters, your peace matters, because the life that's waiting for you, the one that aligns with your heart, your vision, your highest self, it's not behind you, it's ahead. And every day you choose to break the pattern, you're walking closer to it. So go rewrite your story, not from the wounds of your past, but from the wisdom of your soul. That's how the cycle ends. That's how your future begins. And maybe, just maybe, that's what manifestation truly is. Coming home to yourself, so the universe can finally deliver what you've always been calling in. Because now, you're finally ready to receive it.